It's the simple little things that you do every single day that will make the biggest difference in your life. And I want to share with you 10 specific habits that I know if you take them into your life and do them every single day, you'll start to see significant changes to help you accelerate your success, become the best version of yourself, and achieve your biggest goals faster. Hang around at the end because I'm going to share with you 2 really interesting bonus tips that will also be powerful in helping you become the person you want to be. Let's dive in. Habit number 1 that you have to develop this year to become the best version of yourself: read every day. Read every day. I know that sounds so simple, but are you doing it? I've heard it said that you can skip a meal, but you should never skip feeding your mind. And in my own life, I can tell you, the days that I even just get 20 minutes or even 15 minutes of reading a book that fills me up with inspiration and powerful and positive ideas and encouragement, something in the personal development space or something that will empower me with the kinds of thinking and the kinds of ideas that will allow me to wake up primed, ready for a great day. So if you're not yet reading, just make it a 10-minute habit. Pick books that are really encouraging, inspiring. I've made a video on top 5 books that I know can be life-changing for you. You can go check that video out, but there are all kinds of videos out there, and maybe you already even have a list of books that you want to read and you just haven't started to do it. So I'd love to encourage you to make it a habit. Commit to reading every day. And you don't have to say I need to read for a full hour every day. I'm telling you, 10 minutes a day of reading will change your life. In just a week or 2, I know that you will start to see a massive difference in how you feel. And you might think, well, that's kind of weird. How am I going to feel differently? Well, it's about giving you the sense of positivity and encouragement and the good vibes that come from feeding your mind. So if you haven't done it yet, if you haven't been the person that's reading every single day, and I specifically mean stuff that's good for your head, I'm not talking about pulling up your phone and scrolling through articles or posts and reading something short on a social media post. I'm talking about real, gritty, good books that will allow you to have great content to put into your head. Habit number 2, move. I know this sounds so simple also, but listen, let's go back to the very first thing I said when I started this video. It's the simple things that when you do them every single day will make the biggest difference. I'm going to come back to move in a split second, but I want to share with you one specific example of doing the little simple thing that can make a massive difference. Long story short, I was having a lot of vocal issues, voice issues, just from a lot of tension. I bought this $2,000 voice training program by a guy named Roger Love when I was at a Brendon Burchard Experts Academy event. And I bought this program, and there's a ton of stuff in there. But the one thing I took from it is a 14-minute vocal warm-up exercise that I started doing every single day. I committed to doing it even just 5 minutes. Even if I did just 5 minutes a day, I knew that it would help me. And over time, I've seen a massive difference. I can't explain to you the challenges that I was facing with how irritated my voice became as I spoke. It's because I was having vocal issues in terms of the functioning because of the tension and the tightness, and I was training myself to speak incorrectly. I know that sounds really weird, but bear with me here. My point is this. I was having a lot of voice issues, vocal issues. When I started to do this exercise for even just 5 to 10 minutes every single day, I noticed a massive change in the strength and the resonance of my voice. It literally has been life-changing for me. So I'm not telling you the whole course was life-changing. I'm telling you the one little thing that I did every single day, that was life-changing. And what I mean by move is literally moving your body throughout the day, not just for a 1-hour workout or a 30-minute workout to start your day or to end your day. That's great. I mean, if you're getting to the gym or going on a run or doing some physical activity for 30 or 60 straight minutes, that's fantastic. But what I want to encourage you to make a habit is moving throughout the day. So dropping and doing 5 to 10 push-ups or getting on a rebounder. It looks like a mini trampoline, but it's called a rebounder, where you jump up and down and get your lymph system going. I've started to wake up in the morning and just do 100 jumping jacks. Or you can get on the floor and just stretch a little bit and move your body. Do some simple yoga exercises. You can find 2 to 5 to 10 minute videos on YouTube that just help you to move. And so I want to encourage you that if you're not doing anything today and you're like, gosh, I want to get to the gym, I want to do these great workouts, I want to spend 60 or 30 minutes in the gym, and you're just not doing it, condition your mind to know that movement of any kind throughout the day will be vitally impactful for helping you to have the energy and the vibrancy and the sense of strength that you need. Now, you want to work and continue to make progress and chip away. I can tell you right now that I'm not getting to the gym as much as I would like, but when I move, even just doing some squats or some jumping jacks or some push-ups throughout the day in reps or sets of 5 or 10 makes a huge difference. I feel better, you get the blood flowing. I know it can make a huge difference for you as well. Habit number 3 to start this year: wake up earlier. I know it's something you hear all the time, but my friend, are you doing it? And I'm not suggesting, like, look, if you're waking up at 7 a.m. today, I'm not suggesting you start waking up at 3 a.m. Maybe you start waking up at 6:30 or 6:15 or 6:45, something to get a little bit of time back in your day. Look, if you're waking up at 7 o'clock today or you're waking up at 6 o'clock today and you're not doing the 10 to 20 minutes of reading that I suggested that you start doing every single day, that would allow you to do it. Just waking up 15 to 20 or 30 minutes earlier every single day can give you so much time back. I'm not going to do the math for you here really quick, but you can do it on your own. What's 15 or 20 minutes of more time to you every day over the course of a month, over the course of a year, over the course of 10 years? It really can make a huge difference if you just start to wake up earlier. Challenge yourself to just set your alarm 10 minutes earlier or 15 minutes earlier. Now, the key or the secret that I have found in getting up early is starting the night before. What are you doing the night before? Are you actually getting to bed early, or are you just sitting on social media scrolling, doing nothing, but staying up super late on just because you can? Start to make it a priority this year to get up earlier, and your life will change. Yes, there are a lot of people that are night owls. I get it. Everyone is very different. But if you start to study high achievers, elite athletes, super high performing CEOs and entrepreneurs and business people today, a lot of them are getting up super freaking early. I mean, if you think of the biggest names in the entrepreneur and business space, many of them, when you study them, when you hear them talk, they'll talk about how they wake up at 3:30 or 3:45 or 4:30 or 5 o'clock. I mean, that even 5:30 or 6 o'clock is super early. I would get up at 5:30 or 6 o'clock and I would talk to other people, and I'm not thinking I'm getting up that early. I mean, it's not 3:30 or 4 a.m. Be like, wow, you get up at 5 or 5:30? That's crazy. Whatever time you're starting at is the time you need to start at. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't compare yourself to the CEO that gets up at 3:30 a.m. every day and gets a 3-hour workout in and meditates for 14 hours. I'm obviously just being playful here. Focus on where you're at and try to get up 15 minutes earlier. It will make a massive difference in your life. And let's move on to habit number 4. Work on your dreams. Now, as you wake up 15 minutes earlier, then maybe challenge yourself to wake up 30 minutes earlier, because I'm sure you've got a dream that you want to turn to reality. You've got this vision, the thing you want to create, a dream that you want to go after that isn't getting a lot of your time today. Everything else in your life is getting your time, and your dream is not getting the time that it deserves. So if you start to get up earlier, that will help. But even just, again, 20 minutes, I mean, look, so many people want to feel like, and this held me back for a long time, feeling like, oh, if I don't have an hour or two to commit to that thing, then it's not worth it. I'm telling you right now, if you only give your dream 15 to 20 minutes a day, you will be shocked by where you are by the end of this year, or in 6 months from now, or in 12 months from now, depending on when you're watching this. I mean, if you're watching this on December 31st, and you realize by the end of this year, it's going to be great. Well, that's today, man. Anyways, my point is this. Give yourself an extra 15, 20 minutes to work on your dreams every single day, and you will be so happy with how far you come. Don't feel like you can only work on your dreams if you've got a full day or a few hours. Chip away little by little. It's those little things that you do every day that will make the biggest difference. If I only have 15 minutes to work on scripting out a YouTube video or thinking of YouTube video ideas that I want to make, or chipping away at my book, I mean, that's one thing that was my dream that I just chipped away at. I wrote this book, Attract Your Potential, published it at the end of 2021, and it's a 240-page book or whatever it is, and it is 59,000 words. That's a project. But I've got a wife and an almost 2-year-old and a 3-month-old and a full-time job that is not about me writing a book. So the only time I have to write the book is before my kids get up in the morning and after they go to bed, or at nap time only on the weekends. I don't do it at nap time during the week, nap time on the weekends. And those are the times that I have, but I have to get even 15 minutes. If I only had 15 minutes to be writing a little bit of the book, that got me closer and closer and closer to the point where I was able to finally have a full book that I could publish and put out into the world to hopefully help people. And if you want to check it out, you can go to the link in the description below. But work on your dreams. Give yourself the gift of even 15 to 20 minutes of working on your dreams, something every single day to make the progress, because in 6 to 12 months, you will be very happy that you did. Habit number 5 to start. Something I'm going to do right now. Slow down and breathe. Slow down and breathe. You probably do something like the majority of people in the world, which is breath hold or breath suspension, as it's often called. It's where you get caught up in doing your activities of the day and you're actually like holding your breath. You're kind of breathing, but not really. Do you ever catch yourself feeling like, have I breathed in the last hour and a half? Like you're just so caught in the work that you do that you're not thinking about your breathing. And look, our bodies are wired to breathe without us thinking. I mean, it's an involuntary thing. You don't have to think about it, it just does it. But the cool thing about breathing is it can also be voluntary. You can also consciously, intentionally choose to take deep breaths, choose to slow down, choose to breathe. And when you choose to slow down and choose to breathe, you reoxygenate your body. I mean, look, there's all kinds of biochemical things going on in your body and your brain all the time. And oxygen is something that your body and your brain need to function at optimal levels, to function at your highest possible levels, to be in a peak performance state at any given moment of the day. So how often are you slowing down to get your body and mind in an optimal state to perform at your highest levels? I really think that you'll see a huge difference when you just take 2 to 3 minutes to take deep breaths throughout the day, after you finish a meeting, after you finish a call, before you shift into the next project that you need to work on for the day. Just sit there, close your eyes, slow down, give yourself some time to take deep, slow breaths that allow you to be reoxygenated and ready to move into your next task with clear mental focus and a better mindset so that you're more productive when you do the work. Habit number 6. Encourage yourself. The tape's kind of in the way. Encourage yourself. I make so many videos where I remind the person watching the video, there's only one person in this world that is guaranteed to encourage you. Yes, I'd love to encourage you every single day, and you really could watch my videos every single day. Would love for you to do that. But there's only one person that is guaranteed to encourage you every single day, and that person is you. You are the only person who is guaranteed to encourage you every day, to speak positive words into your life, to share ideas with yourself that will remind you about the capabilities and potential that you have. You got to step up and be a leader in your own life, and you got to remind yourself by speaking encouraging words every day, and especially in the times when you're feeling like you're challenged and you're struggling, and maybe you're not where you want to be, you're not making the progress you want to make, maybe you feel stuck or you feel behind. That's the time you need to step up and be your own #1 support and encouragement, and tell yourself things. Speak encouraging words into your own life, aloud or just in your head, but you got to do it every day, because if you're going after big dreams, which I imagine you are if you're watching this video, you got to stay encouraged, you got to stay fired up. You have to keep that fire inside of you burning brightly to keep you moving forward, because when you feel fired up and fueled up, that's when you take action. That's when you make progress. And the only way to stay fueled up and fired up to go after your dreams is to be encouraged every day, to be inspired every day. And yes, you can get it from other people. You can get it from videos. You can get it from podcasts. You can get it from family members and friends. But the person that you must get it from every day is you. Let's move on. I'll switch sides now. To habit number 7. Stay positive. Now, this is not just stay positive with yourself, which you should. It's what I talked about in the last point. But the habit here is stay positive with other people. So just stay positive generally and have this positive attitude and mindset when you're speaking with people. So when you start a conversation with a family member, a spouse, a friend, a child, a coworker, a client, anybody that you interact with, and they ask you how are things going, or you're going into a conversation, don't just dive into, oh, things are tough, life's challenging, oh, this world is crazy, oh my gosh, there's a lot going on that I can't control. You're right, you can't control it. What you can control is your mindset, your positive attitude. And we need more people in this world to show up with positivity because there's not enough of it. We are lacking in the space of positive energy in this world. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of people who are losing hope, who are losing optimism, and you, my friend, can be a difference maker. You can step up and choose to bring more positive light and positive energy and positive thinking into the world. And when you stay positive, it will encourage and inspire the people that you speak with around you to stay positive. And the more positive people we get, the more elevated the energy of positivity in the world, the better off we will be. I mean, think about it this way. How often do you feel you are at your best self when you're in a negative state? Are you in the best possible position to step up and serve and deliver and do the work, the mission that you're on to help and serve other people if you're in a negative, low energy state? Or are you in the best possible position to serve other people, to use your gifts and your talents to reach and inspire and encourage and empower and educate or do whatever you do on a regular, consistent basis? Are you in the best position when you're mentally focused with great positive energy? That's an easy answer. I know it, you know it. When you're in a positive mental state, when you have a positive attitude, when you have positive energy, you're much better off to serve your mission and to help other people and to help humanity as a whole to elevate. So let's stay positive, not just in your own head. That's a great start. Stay positive in your own head. That's like encouraging yourself every day to stay positive. But now express that positivity into the world, because what you'll also find is when you express positivity to other people, it actually reverberates back into you, because you can't speak it if you don't have it. You can't share what you don't have to give. So if you're sharing positivity, it means it has to be built up inside of you to keep sharing it. You've got to regenerate it. You've got to renew it inside of you every single time you share it. And when you share it, it strengthens inside of you. The more you share positivity, the more it strengthens inside of you. Make it a habit this year to stay positive when you're speaking with other people. As we move on to habit number 8, to be massively successful this year, one of my favorites, journal. Journal every single day. Make this a habit. If you haven't yet made it a practice, a daily practice, to put pen to paper in a journal, you need to start doing it. My wife was just telling me about a podcast she was listening to where they were explaining the science behind journaling. And I haven't listened to the episode yet, but what she passed along to me in very general terms is they said journaling actually is a form of meditation that puts you in a somewhat state of meditative hypnosis in a way. And my wife asked, because I journal all the time, at least once a day, usually twice a day, sometimes a few times a day. But my wife asked me, since I journal all the time, she says, do you feel like you go into a meditative state when you're journaling? And I said, yes, absolutely. So you're wiring your brain every time you put pen to paper to be in a meditative state. It allows you to get more creative. That's one of the things I said in the podcast. I wish I could reference to you what it is, but she just told me it was a podcast. I didn't get into details on it. It puts you in a meditative state that allows you to be more creative. And creativity is your power base. Even if you're not this artistic person, I don't care if you're a numbers cruncher, a CEO, a leader, a mom, a dad, a stay-at-home parent, a leader of any kind, an entrepreneur, creativity is the backbone of creating a great business and a great life. Listen, if you're not creative, you cannot have an extraordinary marriage. If you're not creative, you cannot be an extraordinary leader. If you're not creative, you certainly cannot be a great business person or a great entrepreneur. You need creativity. And if you want to create a mindset, a state of being where you're more creative in this meditative state, you need to start journaling. An easy thing to start doing is what I call the 3x3. If you don't have a journaling practice today, do the 3x3. I talked to a friend the other day who told me he read my book where I talk about the 3x3, and he's started to do it, and it's been a huge positive difference maker in his life. The 3x3 is this: write out 3 things you're grateful for, 3 things you're excited about, and 3 goals you want to achieve in the next 6 to 12 months. It's simple. Very simple. If you didn't catch that, rewind, watch again. But the 3x3 exercise is a great place to start if you're brand new to journaling. If you're more advanced, I'd encourage you to get Brendon Burchard's High Performance Journal. I'll put a link to it in the description below, but it's a great resource where it asks you lots of personal development type questions so that you can be prompted to think and be creative and just dive deep into a great journaling practice. But if you're not yet journaling, or if you're only dabbling and doing it once in a while, commit. Make journaling a daily habit, and I'm absolutely convinced it will change your life this year and for the rest of your life. Okay, 2 more before we get to the bonus power tips. Habit number 9, visualize your future. Visualize your future. Now, this is a combination of some of the things, but it's very specific. It's about giving yourself 5-10 minutes a day where you're just imagining what you want to create in your future. Something powerful happens when you start to imagine what you want to create. When you can visualize the success, the achievements, the goals, the person you want to become, you start to become that person. Your brain will start to think that reality exists, and you'll start to move into that existence. You'll start to become that kind of person. You'll start to live as if that life is real. It's amazing how powerful our brains are, how powerful our minds can be. There's all kinds of research and books out there. If you want to start with one, Joe Dispenza's book, Becoming Supernatural, is a game changer. He talks all about this type of content, about the power of your mind. I highly encourage you to check it out. I'll put a link in the description below. But we really can create our own realities by using our imagination, by putting ideas in our mind about what we want to have or create or do or become. And the more you do it with greater energy and greater emotional intensity and positive feelings, and you start to think about it again and again and again, that repetition will wire your brain to become that person. And your brain won't know the difference between who you are today and who you want to become. It will think you are that person. This might sound weird or woo-woo to you if you've never taken the dive into the power of the mind, but I'm telling you, start to research the power of the mind, because this is a game changer. Visualize your future. Visualize who you want to become, what you want to accomplish, and you will see yourself accelerating into that future that you're trying to create. That, in fact, you are creating, not trying, you are creating. Habit number 10, go first. I love this one. I heard this idea or this concept years and years ago, so I don't remember the context or exactly how it came up, but I heard it years ago from Tim Ferriss, I'm sure on one of his podcasts. But the concept is this: go first just means if you're out in public, be the first person to smile at another person you're walking by or standing in line with and say hello. I mean, we're in a world today where it's so easy to just get on your phone and stare at it and pretend like you're on social media, or actually be on social media. But how often are you like about to walk past someone, or you're standing in line or standing in a public area by someone, and you're just like, I'm just gonna get on my phone because I don't want to like have to look up at this person. Or you're in line at a coffee shop, or you're in line at a restaurant or whatever, and you see someone and you're standing by someone, or you walk by someone on the sidewalk. Instead of just walking by or like looking up over here to something randomly, you're like walking like, oh, what's over there? Because you just want to avoid eye contact. Instead of trying to avoid people, go first. Say hello, smile. Look them in the eye, look directly at them. Say hello, have a great day. Something, acknowledge the human beings that you're passing by, because they're human beings. We're all on this planet together, and I believe we need to do a better job of connecting. We need to do a better job of showing other people around us that we see them, that they exist. That one smile, that one look, that one time you go first every single day with someone new Or maybe the same person every day that you always pass or always stand in line by at that coffee shop that you see them at every single morning to get your coffee, or the person behind the counter. The more you do this, when you do this every day with these people that you see, when you go first instead of thinking, oh, maybe they'll say hi to me, or if they smile or say hi, then I'll smile and say hi, but unless they do, I'm not going to. Decide that you're going to go first, that you are the person that's going to step up, because this world will become better. It'll be a better place if you choose to go first. If you choose to step up and lead and use your life and your voice and your energy to inspire the people around you by choosing to go first. Because when you go first, you give other people permission to go first. When you go first to that person standing behind the counter, that person you're walking past or in line with, you, my friend, will encourage those people to then do the same thing. They'll feel like, you know what? Someone did that for me. I'm going to pay it forward. The next person I see, I'm going to go first. I'm going to smile because I see that other people can do it. If that person can do it, if they're willing to do it, I'm willing to do it. So my friend, starting today, choose to go first. Smile, say hi at the people you pass by instead of just walking just past them. Acknowledge them, notice them, let them know they are seen and that they exist on this planet with you together, and it will start to bring more positive energy into the world. Oh, we're into the bonus tips. The bonus ideas. Bonus idea number 1. Do we need a drum roll? Here it is. Write your goals. We talked about journaling. We talked about visualization. This is a different thing, but it combines them. Write your goals every single day. Your biggest dreams, your biggest aspirations, the things you absolutely want to accomplish, put pen to paper in your journal. It will start to ingrain it in your mind and your nervous system, and something special starts to happen. I hear Grant Cardone, I don't know if you like him, you love him or hate him, he's been massively successful in business in the entrepreneurial space, and I love his big thing. He wrote a book called 10X. He wrote a book called Be Obsessed or Be Average. And these books, I'll link them below if you haven't read them, they're massively important for thinking bigger. And one thing that he talks about, I think in all of his books, but very often I've heard him say it in even different YouTube videos that he does, from the time he was like 25 years old, he's like 60, in his early 60s now, from the time he was 25, he put pen to paper every morning when he woke up, every evening when he was going to bed, and writing out his biggest dreams and goals, the most massive, ridiculous things that didn't seem possible for where he was in his life. But because he wrote them down, something special started to happen. Something just started to populate in the universe that allowed this to come to fruition. I believe that there's a lot of science behind this. Like I talked about earlier, you get in a meditative, creative state by journaling, and that's the same thing with your goals. Your brain will start to be conditioned, just like the visualization. Your brain, your nervous system, your body will start to become conditioned to believe that these goals are going to happen. And we've also got this thing in our brain called the reticular activating system that screens out anything that's not pertinent to our life. But if your brain knows what your goals are, then you'll start to see opportunities related to the goals that you're writing down, and you'll start to draw those opportunities to you. So start writing out your big goals every day. It can take you 2 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes max to just write out your goals. It will absolutely energize you and shift your perspective, expand your thinking, and expand your life so that you can move forward faster. And as we move into bonus tip number 2, I hope you're getting a ton of value here. Reflect on your wins. This is so important. We talk about all these things to become the best version of yourself. But as you look out into your future, you've got these big goals and these big dreams. How often are you just taking a pause and doing the thing we talked about earlier, the breathe one, the habit of slowing down to breathe, and also reflecting on what you've already done, how far you've already come? Because if you're watching this, you've probably already done many things in your life that most people couldn't fathom doing. It might not be achieving a massive, incredible, crazy goal. Maybe it was just overcoming a big problem that you had in your life, or a challenge that most people have never faced. One that was created in your life because of external circumstances, or one that was created in your life because of your own choices. Either way, if you've overcome major problems in your life, if you've maintained your energy and you've stayed focused on going forward, you've probably overcome a lot of things. And my friend, you need to slow down, reflect on these wins, and acknowledge that you're stronger than you think. that you're able to overcome challenges and that you're able to move forward and to make progress and to create the results in your life that you're here to make. And I truly believe that if you do these things every single day, all year long, for the next month, 6 months, 12 months, and you keep going and you don't stop and you're relentless and you never give up and you refuse to have lower standards and that you're committed to higher standards in your life and you just keep going, you will create better results than you've ever experienced in your entire life. My friend, I know for certain this one thing: human potential is virtually limitless. And so if you're watching this video right now, it means you're human, and it means that your potential is virtually limitless. And I want to encourage you that no matter what obstacles you're going through, you have to just keep going. And I want to keep you encouraged and inspired. And so go and watch this video right now that's popping up on the screen to stay encouraged and inspired, to keep going after your biggest dreams, and to create an extraordinary life, one that's amazing for you, for your family, and the community and the world around you that you serve with your gifts, with your life. Just keep going, my friend.